Russia tests a nuclear missile. Amidst confusion, the DOJ appeals transportation mask ruling, and long lines form as recreational marijuana sales begin in New Jersey. Can cannabis sellers keep up? All of that and more on tonight's rundown. Hello, I'm Melina Barnes.
And I'm Jamie McCormick. And this is the Rundown.
Tensions mount as Russia tests an intercontinental nuclear-capable missile. Russian President Vladimir Putin says the missile will give Russia's enemies, quote, something to think about, end quote. The Pentagon says they were properly notified ahead of time about the test, and they view it as routine. The missile has been in development for years, but the test comes at a time where tensions are high due to Russia's war in Ukraine.
The Justice Department appeals a ruling that struck down the mask mandate for mass transportation. The CDC stated, quote, at this time, an order requiring masking in the indoor transportation corridor remains necessary for the public health, end quote. This appeal means that the administration will head to a higher court ruling to extend the mandate. A police department in Indiana learns how to better approach people with mental illnesses. Taylor Gaddioni has the story.
St. Joseph County police officers are receiving training in a two-part issue: what challenges they'll be facing when approaching these individuals in emergency situations, and what level of support they need. Tying the crisis intervention team training into Autism Acceptance Month is fitting. It's helping first responders understand how to go about a situation with an individual with autism.
We want to accept individuals with autism as part of our community.
Crisis intervention teams is a movement not just locally in St. Joseph County, but also across the country, helping officers understand situations involving people with mental illness and developmental challenges, like when there is a fire.
Individuals with autism might be scared by the commotion outside and the number of people that are outside and the flashing lights and the sirens, so they might actually go towards the danger.
Knowing how to approach the individual is crucial in everyone's safety. People with these challenges may not fully grasp the nature of the emergency, and first responders may not recognize those challenges, leading to misunderstandings.
With having autism, there's a sensory issue, so if you touch them, you could cause them into a panic mode, and that turns into fight or flight.
The crisis intervention team is a week-long in-depth training. Officers will learn the characteristics of autism, like what to look out for. They will then learn how to handle certain situations, like questions to ask. They will then go through scenarios and role-playing.
I would love to see more first responders able to come to this class.
St. Joseph County Police Department has 14 of their officers participating in this training for this week, and they had the Autism Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities training this morning. In St. Joseph County, I'm Taylor Gattoni with WSBT 22 News.
Coming up, New Jersey begins selling recreational marijuana. Can it keep up with the demand?
Got a quarter?
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
Talking about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, Can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
Lines roll around corners as legal recreational marijuana sales began in New Jersey today. Some customers got in line as early as 3:30 this morning. Rice-Patterson in New Jersey welcomed customers with free donuts and music. Other states have legalized recreational marijuana, but New Jersey is one of the few on the East Coast to have done so. Adults 21 and older can visit one of the dozen dispensaries throughout the state to make a purchase. South Africa declares a national state of disaster as floods and mudslides hit the country. Nearly 4,000 homes have been destroyed and at least 448 people have died. 600 schools have extensive damage and around 40 people are missing. South Africa has allocated $67 million to help those affected. However, some South Africans are skeptical that the funds will go towards flood relief and have started donating money to private organizations.
A patient inhales a 1-inch dental drill bit during a routine visit in Kenosha, Illinois. A rare medical procedure was performed to get the drill out of the patient's mouth. The man said he didn't feel the tool coming down. Doctors said it went so deep that normal scopes couldn't reach it. When they tried a new device, the team was able to pull the drill out with no harm to the patient. Coming up, a gift to cheer up a woman turns into thousands of dollars.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Police are caught playing Disney tunes to prevent body cam footage from being posted online. The Santa Ana, California officers were playing You Have a Friend in Me from Toy Story and Bruno from Encanto. So videos of them on patrol would likely be taken down if posted on YouTube. YouTube is very strict with its copyright laws, yet they have not taken down the video.
A teacher having a rough week wins $50,000 after her husband gives her a lottery ticket to lift her spirits. Robin Mejia said her ticket to the store just to confirm it was real and even made her brother-in-law scan it on a Maryland lottery app. Mejia and her husband were saving money for a down payment on a house, but now they don't have to wait. Turning to entertainment, rapper A$AP Rocky is arrested at LAX airport after a Barbados trip with Rihanna. Rocky was detained in connection to a 2021 shooting that occurred last November. The shooting victim told the police that the rapper allegedly approached him with a handgun on the street. He says Rocky shot at him 3 to 4 times and one bullet grazed his hand. Influencer Blac Chyna's trial against the Kardashians is underway. Blac Chyna filed a lawsuit against the entire family 5 years ago. In 2017, Chyna filed a lawsuit saying the family was responsible for the cancellation of her 2016 spin-off show with Rob and is suing them for defamation. She is suing Rob for assault, battery, and harassment and is seeking $100 million in damages. More than 5 years after their breakup, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are battling in the courtroom. Depp is suing Heard for $50 million and says that Heard ruined his reputation. In 2018, Heard wrote an essay for the Washington Post where she described herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Depp says she made the statements to advance her career. The Flash's Ezra Miller is arrested for the second time since March, weeks after being arrested in Hawaii for disorderly conduct and harassment. Miller was arrested again for allegedly striking a woman with a chair. They allegedly became irate after being asked to leave a get-together. Police say the actor threw a chair and struck the 26-year-old female on the forehead.
Coming up, we have the weather, and the weekend is looking good.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes.
But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
And I can't change, even if I tried, even if I wanted to. My love, my love, my love, she keeps me warm. 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 She keeps me warm.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made this vacation happen.
Double points with every purchase?
Cleverly merging promotions.
Love it.
Cross-referencing travel sites. And booking all your flights with those...
Vouchers. I got us bumped.
They were like, oh. But now they're like... Aloha. You aced this vacation. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
What do you think it would be like to teach? Chances are, you have no idea. Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, proving that greatness can be found in everyday places, and that you don't need to be famous to be unforgettable. That's what it's like to teach.
Beginning today, the sale of adult-use cannabis by licensed retailers is permitted in New Jersey. With this, Rowan University has started an MBA concentration in cannabis commercialization. This is the first and only accredited business program in the country offering cannabis-focused coursework. Dr. Eric Ligori, the head of the School of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, says that New Jersey's fast-evolving cannabis sector will require smart, innovative professionals to help businesses reach their full potential.
Rowan University holds their annual Public Board of Trustees meeting on April 13th. The meeting included 8 parts, one of those parts being the cost of housing. The board came to the conclusion that housing prices all across campus will be increased by $1 more per day. For example, Holly Point will be increased from $26 a day to $27. These price changes will be made effective starting May 14th.
And now we're going to chat with Katie about some of the tennis tournaments happening this week. Katie, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Jamie. So today we're going to talk about some of the tennis tournaments happening this week and how it will affect the ATP and WTA rankings. So for the ATP right now, the men are currently in Barcelona, and that event is 500 points. And they're also in Serbia, which is 250, and it's similar for the WTA. They're in Germany, a 500-point tournament, and in Istanbul, Turkey, it's a 250 tournament. So for the men, we have our top 10 right now, and I think the most likely the rankings are going to shift near the bottom of the top 10 because Carlos Alcaraz from Spain has been doing fantastically recently. He's only 18 years old and just won his first Master 1000 last week. So he's doing very well, and I suspect that he's going to bump up in the rankings. He's probably going to go to about number 9. Yeah, as you can see, he's number 11 right now. I think that he's probably going to win this tournament. It's in Barcelona, his home turf. So I assume that he's probably going to go up to about number 9 with these two, Felix Auger-Aliassime and Cam Norrie, both dropping down a little bit. But otherwise, I think the rankings will relatively stay the same for the men.
I do have a question. What's going on with Djokovic in Serbia?
So Djokovic is still our number 1, and he's ahead by a lot. He's favored there. That's where he's from, Serbia. So I don't think that even if he loses the event, he's going to stay where he is. And even if Rublev from Russia, even if he were to somehow pull an upset there, I think he'll stay the same because Casper Ruud is still earning points from his run in Barcelona.
Okay, so who do you think Carlos Alcaraz will face next?
So it's tough to say because right now there's a lot of rain delays going on in Barcelona. Today they had to postpone all the matches. But they are in a similar bracket. I suspect that Alcaraz is going to face number 5, Stefanos Tsitsipas. And it's a really great matchup because the 2 times they have faced head-to-head, Carlos Alcaraz has pulled off a huge upset, once in the U.S. Open and then last week in Miami where Alcaraz won the tournament.
Gotcha. And then why are some of the other players in Barcelona just not moving in the rankings?
I think they're not going to move that much in the rankings because in the white here are the players that aren't participating in any of these tournaments. So, and even the ones here, they're not going to move that much because Barcelona's only worth 500 points.
Okay.
So now I'm going to move on to the women in the WTA. Right now, Iga Świątek from Poland, as you can see, she's so far ahead of number 2 that whether she wins or loses this next match to number 12, Emma Raducanu, she's still going to stay up in that relative same position. And I think the only movement that's going to go on here is that Jabeur, number 10, she's facing number 3, Paula Badosa, in the quarterfinals. So I think even though the Jabeur is going to lose, she'll get 100 points for going to the quarterfinals. So she's going to switch with Garabina Muguruza. And then Ariana Sabalenka, she was runner-up in this tournament last year. So I am projecting that Świątek and Sabalenka are going to end up making it to the finals. So she is going to get bumped up to about the number 2 spot.
Okay. So why is Krejcikova not in this tournament?
So Krejcikova's been dealing with an arm injury recently. She hasn't participated in the last few tournaments. So originally it wasn't affecting her ranking, but now with the others 3 to 7 kind of moving up and being in this tournament, that her ranking will most likely change.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Katie, for that wonderful
Katie.
report.
Thank you.
All right. After the break, we go to Matt Lubicki with the latest in sports.
Sorry about that. No, I've been staying at my dad's place because of everything.
Where are we going?
He's good. Yeah, I know, we keep missing each other. I've been working out of my dad's house, doing some reading. I should be working out more. I just feel like I'm drowning.
Navigating these times can be tough, but while you care for your loved one, you also need to care for yourself. Go to aarp.org/caregiving for free mental health and self-help tips.
Joel Embiid and the 76ers take Game 3 of their first-round matchup against the Toronto Raptors in dramatic fashion. Danny Green inbounded the ball with 0.9 of a second left on the shot clock and 2.6 total left in the overtime period. Embiid quickly got the ball, heaved up a jumper, and drilled a 3 to secure the win with a final score of 104-101. Joel finished the game with 33 points, and Philadelphia will have a chance to secure the sweep in Toronto at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Former 76er Ben Simmons possibly set to make his return to the NBA on Monday for the Brooklyn Nets. The two-time All-Star has not played in over 11 months due to injuries and personal reasons. News broke when reporter Shams Charania tweeted out that Simmons is set to make his season debut as long as rehab remains on course. Simmons would bring a whole new dynamic to Brooklyn's lineup, and the Nets could use it as they are currently down 2-0 against Boston. Villanova basketball head coach Jay Wright calls it a career after 21 legendary seasons. He confirmed the reports via Twitter Wednesday night, stating, quote, "Over the past 21 years, I have had the opportunity to live out a dream as the head coach of Villanova. I am proud and excited to hand over the reins to Kyle Neptune." Coach Neptune, a longtime assistant under Wright, will take over as head coach, certainly having big shoes to fill, as Wright is one of the most accomplished college basketball coaches of all time, leading Villanova to 2 national championships during his tenure.
We now turn our attention to Sienna, who has our upcoming 5-day forecast.
Hello everyone, I'm Sienna Rampula and welcome to weather. So tonight we have a low of 49 degrees. We are finally being able to get rid of our winter jackets that we've had the last season, right? So let's see what we have tomorrow. So tomorrow we have a high of 72 and a low of 46. Saturday, it's a little colder in the week with a high of 64 and a low of 48, and it feels so good to say that 64 is cold. Sunday, we have a high of 79 and a low of 52. Make sure to wear your sunblock. Monday, we have a high of 73 and a low of 53. And then Tuesday, bring your umbrellas. It is a high of 71, low of 46, but there's going to be a lot of showers.